Hello, movie lovers. Everywhere the world over, there's movie lovers. You're with Bob, and the guy from North Canada, Toronto, East York. You know what? I'm going to tell you a story. Yeah, this is a story. It has nothing to do with movies. I did something today. I had to wear a winter coat today. 2 days ago, you're sweating bullets. Had the air conditioner on for a couple of days, right? It's really hot here, hot and humid, right? So I had the air conditioner on. Kelly and Claire put it in for me. Two girls, my daughter and, well, a friend of hers, I guess. I know her too, Claire. She's a nice person. They came downstairs to put my air conditioner in for me. Lift it up, put it in the window. Yeah, Dad, don't worry about it. So in goes the air conditioner. See, it's back there somewhere. Anyway, it's in the window. Yep. Thought it was good. So today, I get up and it's like pissing down rain, right? Damp, cold. It's like, frig, man. So yesterday, my daughter called me up and said, Dad, there's a pop-up, COVID, for COVID, right? Shot, get your shots. And it's up the street here, up about 10-minute walk from my place. So I go over there, right? Put my winter coat on, my red winter coat. I don't know if you've seen that, but anyway, red winter coat. Put my hat on, my little Tukey hat thing, and put my hood up. One over there. And it says on the notice that if you're old, but I'm old, right? I mean, I'm not that old, but I'm an old guy, right? And I got sugar diabetes and things, right? And I can't stand up too long and all this whole story. And they said, if you're like that, you can go to the head of the line and they'll take you, right? So I go over there and I find a couple of security guards, a nice young lady and a tall gentleman. And they took me right to the front of the line. Yeah. And away I went. I went inside and I got my shot, my COVID shot. So pretty soon I'll get another shot, when I don't know yet or whatever, but the point is I got my first shot. So today I did that today. And pretty soon, if I get another shot, you'll be seeing the Bob and Rick show on Saturdays. Yeah, Bob and Rick show will be coming back. Having a pizza, having a dopey smoke, and listening to a record, watch a Twilight Zone movie. It's that Bob and Rick show. Anyway, that's what I did today. 2 days ago, sweating bullets. Today, it's friggin' cold. Well, not that cold, but it's cold. And I had to wear my winter coat. But the main thing is, I went over there, had my shot, and came back home. Now I'm going to make this movie. Talk about movies that we all love. I don't know if you all love them, but I'm going to talk about them. All right, first movie I watched, or doesn't really matter, first one. But I watched a movie on TCM, The Falcon's Brother, right? George Sanders and Tom Conway, two brothers. 10-year-old Nazi spies. Yeah. Can't really tell you too much about this, but I think it's Tom, did I say Tim? Tom Conway, which is George Sanders' brother in real life. He takes over from George Sanders. He makes another few Falcon movies, right? So they're fun movies. They're only 60, 70 minutes long, right? But they get to the point. They don't mess around with the storyline. They just get in there and, yeah, so I watched that. I gave that a 6. Fun. They're fun movies. Most of them are 6 and 7s. Most of them are an average of 6. But there's got to be, I don't know, 12, 13, 15 of them. Something like that. So they've been showing The Falcon on Saturday mornings here on TCM. Oh, yeah, and I think it was another Saturday, or I think it was Saturday, who knows. But anyway, I wrote it down Saturday, I got down there. Well, I watched, oh, excuse me, Jesus, Bob, you gotta have another drink. Whoa, that's good for you, man. It goes right down to your toes. Woo! Oh, geez, gotta have another one. Thank you, Christine. Oh, yeah, okay. Netflix. Turn Netflix on, what's going on here, right? I do that once in a while. And here it says, #1 in Canada. Oh, what's this? So I look and I go, it's Army of the Dead. Starring Dave Bautista. Yeah, Dave Bautista. Anyway, it's a zombie movie. Yeah, and this guy, right, hires him and some other cronies to go to Las Vegas, right, and get the money that's in the bottom of the vault. Now Las Vegas is all closed off from everybody, right? Because it's full of friggin' zombies, right? And some of these zombies are they're smart. So yeah, so it's a very good movie. It's what's that word? Enjoyable. Zombie movies. You know, there's all kinds of zombie movies. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, but this one was pretty good. So if you haven't seen Army of the Dead on Netflix, and if you like zombie movies, watch it. I give it a 7. It's a decent 7, a high 7. It's a fun movie. All right, what else did I watch? A Guy Named Joe on TCM. A Guy Named Joe, starring Spencer Tracy. He's a very good actor. Lots of movies. He's been in lots of movies. And Irene Dunn as his love interest. They humble. They chatter or mutter back and forth to each other, cut each other up, but you can tell, they love each other. And then Van Johnson, a young Van Johnson, right? He's in it. So this is about a devil may care bomber pilot, Spencer. He's a hotshot kind of guy, right? Dropping bombs on the Germans. So I have to tell you a little bit about it. I don't want to spoil it, but so honestly, you don't talk too much all day, other than talking to Ian on the phone. Messages, he's over in Wales, I'm over here, chat back and forth, message. Yeah, he's a bomber pilot. Anyway, I got to tell you this part. Anyway, he gets killed. He dies. And he comes back. He goes up to heaven, and he's been told that he has to go back to take care of the other pilots and stuff like that, right? To show them the ropes, ride with them, be their kind of angel thing. So he goes back, and the Van Johnson starts talking to Irene Dunn, and they start talking to each other, and Spencer Tracy gets a little upset, a little bit mad, and stuff like that. But you're my girl. But anyway, it's a good movie. If you haven't seen A Guy Named Joe from, 1943? 43. It's a fun movie, enjoyable. It's a 7. I give it a 7 for A Guy Named Joe. All right, what else did I watch? I watched Monster Hunter. Right here. Monster Hunter. What's her name? Jogovich? And Tony Jaa. Yeah. This has got Edgar Rice Burroughs written all over it. If everybody knows Edgar Rice Burroughs, right? So yeah, they're in the desert over there in Afghanistan or Stanistan or, driving around Jeep and tanks and all that kind of shit, right? And next thing you know, this storm comes up, all this fucking dust and clouds and everything, man. And they get transported somewhere, another part of town or land or earth or something. And there's freaking monsters there. Ugly looking fuckers, right? Yeah, so here's Djokovic trying to, save herself, and then she hooks up with this Tony Jaa guy, and they start killing monsters, and it's hilarious. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Monster Hunter from 2020. What did I give that? I gave it an 8. I wrote down an 8 in the book. An 8. A very good movie. I liked it. Monster Hunter. I can watch that again. It's fun. What else? Oh, you're going to like this one. Everybody knows this one. Godzilla. Godzilla versus Kong. Godzilla versus Kong. Now, Godzilla, right, it's got this thing in his brain. He knows that there's something out there, right, that he has to go after. He has to go after and kill this thing because he can't let it survive. But everybody thinks it's, if I get this correct, everybody thinks it's Kong that Godzilla's after. Well, yes and no, right? Yes and no kind of thing. But anyway, they hook up and they fight. It's a lovely fight, beautiful fight. Right hook, right, left, jab, a freaking thing over at the top of the head, a smack you and a smack this and all that shit, right? But it's fun. It's fun, right? Then Japan, right? It's been, fixing itself up from last couple of movies. I mean, they destroyed, for some reason they like destroying Japan. Japan's always getting destroyed, always getting rubbles, everything. Tearing down buildings, wrecking the friggin' place. And a year later, you go to Japan and nothing wrong with it. It looks beautiful, right? So they built it all back up again to get destroyed in the next movie, right? Probably, more than likely. But it's a very good movie. It's a fun movie. And it reminded me of Superman versus Batman. You know, when Batman got the bright idea he's going to take on Superman? Yeah, right. Anyway, he gets his costume and he gets built up. He's going to pound the shit out of Superman. Superman can't be doing this shit. He's going to be taken out, and Batman's the man to do it. Wow! Here is Godzilla pounding the shit out of Kong, right? And he's pounding him. And then all of a sudden it's like, it reminded me of Superman and Batman. Godzilla says to Kong, "What's your mother's name?" "Oh, my mother's name's Martha." And you realize, you don't even think about this, right? And then Kong says, Godzilla says to Kong, "What's your mother's name?" "Martha." "Mine? Hey, my mother's name's Martha." "Yeah, really?" "Yeah." And they stop fighting. They look at each other and they go, "Hey, you want to get a coffee or something? You want to get a fucking donut? Maybe, like you want to go sit down and chat this out, talk about this?" "Yeah, sure, let's go." That's what it reminded me of. For some reason, it popped into my head. This looks like Superman and Batman, right? But there's another reason. There's something else going on in this movie, right? And all the people that seen the movie or whatever, they know about this other, what do you want to call it? Do you call it a monster? Anyway, yeah, there's something else going on in this movie, right? And Kong and Godzilla team up together to take on this other creature. Well, it's not alive, but anyway, they team up. And that's fun. This movie is fun. Even the young girl in it, what's her name? Jesus, did I write her name down? What's her, Billy Bob Sue or Billy Bob something? I forget her name. Anyway, she's in Stranger Things. She was in the last Godzilla movie. What happened to her mother? I see her father in this movie, but I can't remember what happened to her mother. What's her name? She's in those other movies. Anyway, this movie, King Kong versus Godzilla, or Godzilla versus Kong, or whatever, it's a riot, people. It's a very enjoyable movie. I can watch this movie again next week. It's fun. That's what you do when you watch movies. These kind of movies, these are meant to have fun. This is a popcorn movie. Yeah, popcorn and Coke and a little red Slitzler or Jubes or whatever. King Kong versus Godzilla. Yeah, I gave it a big 8. A big 8. All right, enough rambling on, Bob. Oh, and then I watched this movie here. I just got this the other day, last week. Fred McMurray, Clara Trevor, 11 years later after she made Stagecoach with John Wayne. Raymond Burr, heavyset Raymond Burr. He'd been in a lot of movies, film noirs, as a gangster. Later on down the road, he was Perry Mason on TV, and Ironside, which is similar to Perry Mason. Yes. And these, Claire Trevor goes off to hunt down these dope smugglers. Yeah, so she's undercover. And the thing is, she hooks up with Fred McMurray. She thinks he's a bad guy, right? She doesn't know. She doesn't know that he's also working for the government. So the both of them are working for the government, but both of them are trying to take down the drug smugglers. But it's a fun movie. Yeah, it's fun. It's 88 minutes, goes by pretty quick. You can follow this along as the beginning, the middle, and end. You know everything that's going on. You're not sitting there trying to figure shit out and scratching your head and all that kind of shit. Yeah. And this is from Amazon, but it's from www.oldies.com. Yeah, oldies.com. So yeah, this wasn't very much money on Amazon. What was it, $6? $6 or $7 maybe? Not that much money. But very enjoyable movie. What did I give it? I gave it a 7. Nothing wrong with that. A 7, so I gave it a 7. So, that's what happens. A couple of days ago, you're sweating bullets, you put the air conditioner in, you're fine and down, you sleep all at night. And here it is Friday, and you get up and you go, oh, it's a little chilly here, right? It's a little cool. Canada. This is what happens when you live in Canada. One day you're walking around in t-shirts, standing naked on your, standing on your balcony without a t-shirt on, right? And the next day, friggin' winter coat. Anyway, I do hope you had a good week watching the movies. And I don't know how Julie does it. Julie, you out there watching 30 movies in 1 week? Don't you have time to feed the cows and look after those goats? 30 movies. That's an awful lot of movies. I thought I was bad watching movies. I don't know how many I watch. But lately, I haven't watched that many movies. I've been watching The Mandalorian. I've been watching hockey games and baseball games, so it's cutting in on the movie department. All right, people. Until next week, same channel, same bad time. I don't know, it was a Tuesday or a Wednesday. It was 2 parts. So anyway, have a good week. Keep watching those movies.